Coming off of the show has been a whirlwind, to say the least. There's been a lot of adjusting and absorbing and just dealing with the consequences of my actions. A lot of you have had some great advice. You haven't been shy in my DMs to tell me to touch grass and move on with my life, move on from the show. Like I said, I think it's great advice. I've been touching a lot of grass, and I too want to move on from the show. The reality is that I just had this insanely unique experience that took months of my life and has now changed the course of my life. There are so many layers to it. There's how I remember things happening, and then there's how it was edited and spit out into the world, and then there's how the world digested it, and then how the internet dissected it, and there's so many opinions and perspectives layered in between all of it. I have a lot to say about it, and you guys have a lot of questions about it. There's a lot of questions that I feel like only I can provide the answers to. I could have done this in a million different ways. I could have gone on a podcast, I could have given an exclusive or something to a magazine. I think the first step for me in giving myself closure from this chapter of my life and moving on to see what I can be next and how I can grow from here is releasing. I'm also sick, which is why I sound so nasally. I think it's just my body fighting off the stress and the travel and everything, but I didn't want to delay this any longer, so let's get into it. When I opened up my question box, I was absolutely expecting to see tons of this because I've seen it in the headlines, I've seen it in the comments. That's heavy, and it's something that I have to deal with, but it's something that I know that I am not. I'm a proud person of color, I'm a proud Latina. I can only say in so many words that that's not who I am. What matters most is my actions, and there's a lot of actions that I'm partaking in that I am not displaying because people are already labeling me as performative and calculated. And if I tell you the conversations that I'm having or the charities or the education, people are only gonna say it's to clean up my image or to do this or to do that. So I think what matters most is I am doing the work, and me doing the work might be different than what you view as doing the work. There are a lot of people who can accept accountability and growth and give me the chance to prove. So that's what I want to stay rooted in. Me continuing to post and live my life is not me ignoring that this has happened. I promise you, I am dealing with it every single day. Consequences are being faced, but I have to put one foot in front of the other, and that's the only way people learn, is by making mistakes, being corrected, and changing habits to be better. I have a lot more to yap about a lot that you want to know, so let's get into the next topic. One of the top comments or questions that I received is about my PR and media training, which when I first came out of the villa, I was like, they clocked that I'm smart, I love that. I took it as a compliment, and then the more that I saw it, I was like, oh, this is not a compliment. They really think I've been training for this shit like it was the Olympics. You guys, what? Like, I don't have the money for a publicist, nor do I have the time to sit there and train for a reality dating show. Like, it is never that serious. What I will tell you is my education is something that I've always taken very seriously. My parents didn't graduate high school, let alone college, and the fact that I was able to and given the opportunity to, like, I took that shit serious. And I love to read, and I love podcasts, and written a lot of emails. I've journaled a lot. I yap a lot. I can see how you're like piecing things together about my career and people I'm friends with, and like my Love Island themed birthday party, which isn't something I planned. Like, my friends planned that for me as a surprise birthday party because I was a fan of the show. Like, I did like the show, and to me it was all just like alignment and manifestation that it worked out that I happened to be on it. It was never something I was like putting like, I need to be on this thing, it's my destiny, I'm gonna train for it forever. Yes, I have had friends who were on the show. I kept my experience, my audition, very close to myself. I didn't feel like I needed to ask them for advice on how to navigate. The friends that I had that went on the show, I am so different from them. Even if they had given me a play-by-play on how to do shit. Like, do you really think I could sit in there and strategize and like be this mastermind and sit in there and execute on top of all the emotions I'm feeling, on top of the lack of sleep, on top of everything? Like, it just would have never been possible. And people think that I like went in and I've only wanted to be an influencer and he just wants followers. I went on the show with no expectations. Like, when I went in, I was like, I feel like I'm at such a good place in my life. I have great family. I have amazing friends around me. I have a business that's thriving that I've worked really hard to build. I feel like I've rebuilt myself to have a really strong mental capability at this time. Like, if there's anything I need help with, it's love. Like, men is something I cannot figure out. And if this opportunity is falling into my lap, how am I not supposed to entertain it? I've worked in influencer marketing for years. I've been on the brand side of the industry. I've worked really hard in my career. I now own a business. I have my own talent agency, but I've always been on the back end. Like, that's where I'm comfortable. I'm really grateful that the opportunity came, even in how it's unfolded. But was it ever something I was dedicating my life to training for? No. That's just how I talk. That's just how I am. I don't always say the right things, but sometimes I do. And I don't know, I never thought that would be held against me. Which brings me to the long-awaited story time of how I was asked to leave the villa. Triggering trauma. I have to smile about it or else I'll cry about it. I have to give it to you guys because at a time when I was distraught, I was actually laughing at the videos that you were creating about me getting like woken up in the middle of the night or something, because that was funny. I'll give it to you. It's not how it happened though. It was actually a glorious day. The birds were chirping, the sun was out. It was the 4th of July. I thought I would put on my cute little red checkered bikini in the name of the American holiday, and I was making raspberry lemonade for the crew. Like, I literally used fresh squeezed lemons, put raspberries in, and they broke us for lunch. I remember I was having a chat with the girls and I was like, I am gonna be so sad to leave you guys. You guys have been such an amazing part of my experience. Saying goodbye is gonna be so hard. I was telling Huda, like, I can't wait for FaceTime dates with your daughter, and I got pulled to a producer chat. These are really normal, like, you have them check in throughout the day. This one obviously felt different. They pulled me and they just said to me point blank, there's been some posts that have surfaced on your social media that don't align with our values. They don't align with the network's values, and we don't have any choice but to remove you from the show. So many thoughts were going through my brain. It was a lot to process. They had showed me the posts and I just broke down. I started crying. My immediate reaction was, okay, I understand, you know, this is really serious. Can I just say my goodbyes? They said no. So I didn't get to say goodbyes. In that moment, that was the hardest part, especially because I had just been talking with them about how hard it was gonna be for me to say goodbye to them. It really, really hurt. Things were ending and I didn't have any closure. It was sad, it was emotional, but it wasn't abrasive. It wasn't this explosive thing that everybody felt and I was screaming in confessionals and doing all of this. It was just tears. A lot of people also wanted to know if I was expecting Nick to leave with me. Did I want him to leave with me? Fuck, it would have been nice, but did I expect it? Absolutely not. I had to deal with my own shit. That wasn't something that he signed up for or that I would ever want him to attach himself to. I wanted him to stay and see through his time in the same way that I did. Was I surprised when he didn't? No. And I was actually okay with the fact that he chose himself, and I would never hold that against him.
Sierra Ortega answers the questions if she will be at season 7 reunion of Love Island. So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. One thing, don't hesitate to subscribe, tap on the post notification bell for more updates to come. As you've heard from Sierra saying she will not literally be there, in the comment section on is saying she says no, she's not. Now so coming in to say we love you, Sierra, this was so messed up. Now saying she clearly can't be guys law, she got kicked out. So what do you think about that? When he's saying love you all, bye bye and ciao ciao.